Hey everybody, how you doing? Today is the morning of March 21st, and I'm just here having my first cup of coffee and getting the day started. So yesterday we are doing self-quarantine. The only time we've really left the house is to get groceries. Yesterday we did go out to celebrate with my mother-in-law her 83rd birthday. But instead of going in and seeing her, what we did is we just went, looked through the window like you're seeing other people do. So we went to just get some, at least be able to see her and tell her we're thinking about her. But we kept our distance through the window. She was in her house. So, you know, it was nice to at least see her and hopefully boost her spirits and did that. And then on the way back, we stopped and saw my parents the same way. I haven't seen them in about 2 weeks. I work in a school district during the day, so I didn't want to, contaminate them with the disease or with the virus if I happen to have it. I don't have any symptoms, knock on wood, but we just didn't want to. We were kind of listening to what they said and not trying to be around anybody that's a little bit older or have any issues. So that's what we did yesterday. Other than that, we really haven't, well, not really haven't, we haven't left the house in about a week. Really been just locked down and trying to take every precaution we can. So, but enough about that. We're all dealing with that. That's just my 2 cents of what's been going on. So today I want to talk a little bit about, with the photography part, just want to talk about kind of like one day in my photography or kind of what I've done in the past. It's not a real technical, presentation today or video. It's just kind of more about one day that I went out shooting. So obviously Italy's dealing with this really bad right now, so it's on my mind. And we were supposed to go there on a trip April 1st through 10th. Who cares about that? There's bigger things in the world right now. But Italy is just such a beautiful place and just has a place in my heart. We were only there for 2 weeks and we just fell in love with it. So one day in Venice, what I did is, to keep photography fresh, I try and do different things, whether it be go out and only shoot handheld that day, or only shoot with one lens, or a certain depth of field, or whatever it is. I just try and keep things fresh sometimes because I shoot so much that you have to kind of spice it up, or just kind of maybe you want to learn a new technique. You just use that one technique for that whole day. So this time what I did, and I'll show the photos behind me here, is that I took my tripod out and it was nighttime. So I was out at about 4 in the morning. There was nobody on the streets and I just had my tripod, but I said, this series, I'm just gonna do really low to the ground. So I lowered the tripod all the way as low as it could go. And I said, every shot I take, I'm gonna be sitting on the ground with it as low as it can go and see what I can find. So what it does is it kind of opens your mind up to the world a little bit different. Now all of a sudden, everything that I'm going to look for and see is going to be from whatever it is, a foot off the ground. I've done this the opposite way, where I just do it all with the tripod up as high as it can go, or just handheld, or only shoot one certain angle, or like I said, a lens, a certain focal length. So it just kind of spices it up a little bit and allows me to shoot or look at the scene in a different way, to just try and say, hey, now let's look at what could I shoot from a foot above the ground and what makes that interesting. So the shots that you're seeing behind me, they're all long exposure. So what that means is I had the shutter open. Most of the time for these, they're probably about 30 seconds that they're open. And so the tripod's underground. I either have a remote with me. This time I don't think I had a remote. I think I was using the 2-second timer on the camera. So I just set that up. I'll click the button so that my hand comes off the camera, and then 2 seconds later the shutter will open. I use manual settings, so I was able to set it so that the shutter would be open for 30 seconds or whatever it happened to be. So I press that button, get my hand away so it doesn't shake the camera at all, because if the shutter's open that long, it has to be completely still. So I'm able to go away from the camera. It takes the photo, I sit there, look at the beautiful scenes, and then it shuts. Then I'm able to see the image right on the viewfinder, which is great. and make any adjustments I need there. And then what I did was I just would walk down this canal, see something else, I would get back down on the ground, find my shot, and shoot it. So I love doing that. It's just something that'll kind of keep things fresh for me, give me a different angle to look at, and I might do the same thing with long exposure, or I'll put a certain filter on my camera, or I'll just do street photography, say, hey, I'm just gonna go out and just do street photography for the next hour. And it doesn't have to be the whole day, it could be just a little segment of your time. Say, hey, I'm gonna be at this bridge and I'm just gonna do all tripod long exposure. And then you go to a different section and you say, hey, I'm just gonna do all handheld, you know, whatever you want. So anyways, just hope you guys are all doing well. That's today's video. Today's March 21st. I'll keep posting these videos and just kind of tell you a little bit about my photography and what's going on in our life. And hope you guys all are doing well. You can see my photography at johnmcgrawphotography.com, and you know, subscribe, find me on Instagram, John McGraw Photography. Everything's John McGraw Photography. So you find me, you search John McGraw Photography, you'll find me in there, whatever social media it is, or whatever platform. So appreciate you guys, and stay healthy out there.